couple of things. The main thing is, of course, an old throw. You don't use anymore for the cold, so you can use it for a DIY. I am using some wooden beads and two planters from Ikea. They are, I think you can hold it better this way. Maybe you can you can see it better this way. They were only, I think, €1 if I am correct. So it is similar like dollars. So they are very cheap, and Ikea is in every country. But also you can buy this kind of planters also with the Dollar Tree. So don't worry, you can buy them anywhere, and maybe you already have them laying around. So this is our main things we will need for this Christmas bells. The first thing what we're going to do, of course, we have to remove our stickers even when we don't see them anymore. I always love getting them off, so it's always better when you have to glue it. So it is a little bit of a task, so I will do this out of camera, and then we're going to take our fur and we are going to cut off a little piece, and we are going to glue this on top of our planter. Our stickers are already off our bottom of our, but will be the top of our Christmas bells. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of my fur and I'm going to cut off and just go it around and around my planter. And now we are going to cut it over here so we get a nice Christmas bell, but it will be a little bit of a different Christmas bell, like always. I always try to do it a little bit different. If it will work out, I have no idea, but we will see. So I'm going to cut it out. I will do that in my garage because this is really a big mess if I cut it. So I will cut it out and then you'll see what I did. And you see already, this is what I have. I have two little small pieces I will use as my covering up for my planter. I'm going to do one away. What I'm going to do, see here, I have a little opening which is folding over. So I'm going to get my planter and I'm going to do a little bit of glue first over here. And of course, my glue gun has to work with me. I'm going to place my planter over here and just fold it over until here and wait until it is dried up. Then I'm going to get the sides, and first I'm going to have to turn it around. I'm sorry if you are getting a little bit dizzy, so I'm going to glue on the sides of my fur. And now I'm going to do first lay down this part also, and again wait a second until it is dried up. And so I'm going around the whole piece until my planter is totally inside of the fur. See, ready? We get a nice, and we are going to go over and over again until we are totally inside of our fur. See already, this is the first bell we already made, and I know it looks now like a punky punky bell, but of course at the end I hope he will turn out. But I am already loving the fur on top of it. It is a little bit different, I know it is different, but we will see how this will turn out. I will do the second one and then we're going to do the next step. Both of our bells are finished, and it looks really different when you see it this way, but I hope it will turn out. Both of our base of our bells are finished. We are going to place them aside. What I'm going to do, I took two beads, I took one wooden buttons, and I took one and two little closures. I can show it to you a little bit closer. So you see, this you can also yeah, this, I think they sell them like beads that you can make a little necklace out of it. I don't know, but you can do some twine inside of it. Of course, my two beads. What I'm going to do, because I want to make the tops of our bells, And of course, I almost forgot, of course, we need two metal rings, and I chose this metal rings. Later on, everything will be painted. So probably you have them laying around in your stash or maybe in your toolbox. I don't know. I have at least two bigger ones. So I'm going to glue this one together. I'm going to take one of this one. I'm going to glue this one on top. And then I'm going to do the bead over here. And on the last, what we're going to do, we are going to place the ring inside of here. Oh, I almost could show it to you, and this one will be under here. I will place it together and then I show you exactly what I mean. Both of our little tops are finished, and what I did extra, I did an extra wooden button on the bottom because I think he looks a little bit more yeah, coming to life. At least looks a little bit better if you place it on top of your bell. It gives a little bit more body. I think that's the word what I'm looking for. So I'm going to of course paint them, and I'm going to paint them in the black color, but of course you can choose any color you like, but I am going to do the black schoolboy paint. Always I am using a very cheap brand as schoolboy paint because I think most of the paints are a little bit the same, even the expensive one. So I'm going to give them a nice black coat, and I also do the ring in the black color. My tops are drying right now. I took out of my stash two old Christmas balls. They are just from plastic, so, so don't worry. But we need them in the inside of our bell. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to paint this one in the black schoolboard paint. But of course, also again, with the tops, you can do any color you like, but I like the black color for this year. In the meantime, while our Christmas bulbs are also drying, I'm going to take my two bells, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of ribbon. Of course, it's the ribbon, what's your choice? I do this red with a little bit of the black. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out 4 pieces. I want to have them hanging sideways of my bell. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 on the same length and 2 on a little bit of the shorter one. So I measure it out. I'm going to, I think maybe this. So I will cut this one off, and now I'm going to do the second one also on the same length, and this will be the longer one. And then I'm going to do also cut 2 of them, but from the shorter one. Again, 2 of this length, and I'm going to do a couple of them. I think maybe a little bit more than halfway from the other one. I think maybe this way. And I'm going, of course, I'm going to do also from this one, the second one. But like I said, I use this ribbon, but you can do anything you like. Maybe you like rope better, maybe other colors better, so go ahead. What we're going to do, because I have Merry Christmas on my ribbon, of course I have to do that on the other side so I can have them hanging down, but also can see the text which is on it. Unfold them, of course, double, and now I'm going to make a little cut sideways because I want to give it a fishtail. You see, this is what I mean for the shorter ones. Now I'm going to take the longer ones, and of course I have to make sure that I have both of them with the text the same way. Okay, double up, and again fold it together, make one cut sideways, and again we have some fishtails again. What I'm going to do, because if you are going to look at it this way, you see already it is much too wide just to get it on top of here, because this is much too open. So I want to squeeze it in a little bit so we have a nice little package to glue on top of here. So I am going to do some glue, and just a little pieces of glue over here, and then squeeze it together and then wait until it is dried up. So I will lay this one apart. I hope I can show it to you a little bit this way. Just do some glue on top of the end of your ribbon, and it doesn't have to be too much. Just squeeze it together and just fold it and make a nice little package out of it. Squeeze it and wait until this dried up. And if it needs a little bit more glue, just do some glue on it. But you see already, I showed you a little bit closer. It's now it's looking really messy, but later on we will work that away. So we can glue this one on top of here and let this one hanging down. Maybe I showed you this way. You see, I'm going to do all 4 of them, and then we're going to glue them on top of our belt. You see already I did all 4 of them, the 2 longer and the 2 smaller ones. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep my hands on top of here, and I'm going to, for my feeling, I'm going to get the middle, and this is the middle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue them on top of here, but I don't glue them exactly in the middle, because that's where my top will be. So I'm going to hold this in the middle. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue the smaller one and do some glue on top of here, and again get the middle and just place it aside and just squeeze it inside of your fur. I hope I can show it to you this way. That's why I did you a little bit closer and lower, so I hope you can see it. Just keep it in place for a little moment, because the glue has to go through your fur, because or else it will be hanging only on your fur, and we want to have it real tight on top of here. So you see, it's still not totally dry, but it will get there. I'm going to get the longer one, and again do enough glue on top of here, and we are going to place it again on the side, but not over each other, but next to each other, and again squeeze it and keep it in place for a little moment. And you see, of course, you see the words backwards, but it says Merry Christmas, and I am really loving the color of this ribbon. But you have a lot of people have beautiful ribbon here in the Netherlands. The ribbon variety is not the greatest, so the most of my ribbon I order online, but this ribbon I got from Daniel, from Daniel's Decor. She got it for me in a package, so I'm really happy with this one, and I think this is fitting right with my fur. So, and I showed you a little moment this way, and now we are going to glue, later on we are going to glue the top on here, and I'm really loving it. I will do the next one, and then we are going to do the top. Both of the bells have their ribbon on top of it. Of here we are going to get our little top we just made from simple wooden pieces. I'm going to do some glue, and I do it a lot of glue on top of it, because we want to keep it in place. And I don't know if my choice for the glue gun is the right choice, but we will see if this will work or not, and or else I have to use some other glue. So I am going to glue this on top of it, and I'm going to do it in front of the ribbon, and of course I'm going to squeeze it real hard and keep it in place. So I will wait until it is dried up, and then I will be back. We have already the top on our bell, and of course, like you saw, we have the ribbon. We need a little simple bow, because this bow is not two-sided, so I have to work a little bit with it just to get the nice side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off a little piece, and I'm going to do some glue on the end of one of the pieces. Again, be careful, don't burn yourself. Glue it together this way and make a nice round. And this is a little bit of a thinner ribbon, so the glue is coming through a little bit, but what we're going to do, we are going to take a little piece of twine, just a very simple short piece. I'm going to do some glue on this side of the ribbon before we turn it over. Place it in between, wait a little second until it is dried up so we can use it when you squeeze it together. Again, always when the camera is running, everything is always taking a little bit more time. We are going to turn it over, squeeze it double, and just make a nice little bow. Turn over a couple of times your twine so you get a nice little and simple bow. Again, turn it over again, cut off what you don't need from your twine, and again glue it and wait until it's dried up. Again, be careful, don't burn yourself. And then we're going to get the little bow on top of here. But before we're going to do that, because we use twine, I also want to have 2 pieces of twine hanging over here and 2 pieces of twine hanging over here. So that's what we're going to do next. I let it dry. So we are going to do a piece of twine, a little bit of the same length as my ribbon is. Cut it off. Again, very simple. You have it doubled up and just do some glue on top. Lay your twine inside of the glue. And again, wait for it until it's dried up. And we're going to do the longer one. Measure out a little bit. It doesn't matter if you have a little bit more centimeters than you need to, because you can always cut it off. Again, some glue and place the double up twine inside of here and let it hang down. And again, wait until it is dried. And you see already, I was a little bit too much enthusiastic, so I'm going to cut off a little piece. So now we also have the twine coming back, which we are going to use on our bow. We are going to take our bow and give it a nice little shape. We are going to fold it together and we are going to glue it on top of here. Again, some glue. And I have to turn it over to me to see what I'm doing, because or else I will glue it on the wrong place. And this is dried up, and now the only thing we need, I also want to have on top of here, I want to have a nice smaller bow. So I am going to again double a little piece of twine up, make a loop the way you tie your shoes, and again pull it over, and you have a nice little bow. You see, this is what I mean. Now you have your own little bow for on top of that bow. So we double up our bows again, and I'm going to glue this on top of here. And for everyone who wants to know, my glue gun is wireless, and he is from, very simple, from the Lidl, how you call it. And you can find the Lidl in any country. So I hope you get lucky and you can buy it. He's only 18 euros and it's similar like dollars, so almost also $18. So that's a really good buy for a wireless glue gun. So if you need one and you are still on the hunt for one, go find it. You see, this is the top of our bell, and what I'm going to need right now, I still need a little piece of greenery over here, because I love greenery, but you don't have to do it. But I will do some piece of greenery inside of here. I have the greenery on my table. I just always use picks I already have for a long time. I always cut them apart and I use them for my decor. I've took out 4 little ones because I like greenery, but not too much, at least not too long. So I'm going to cut off the ends because you don't want to see the plastic. Of course, in this case, you don't see it because we are going to hide it under our bow. So you see, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue some glue and I'm going to squeeze it. Oh, I have to show it to you this way, and I'm going to squeeze it in here. So just do some glue on the tips of your greenery and just get it up and just place it under here. And of course, be sure that it still is coming out. And I need the other one. Again, some glue. And I'm going to do this one a little bit more to downstairs, at least a little bit more down. And you see, now he is already having a little bit of greenery, but you can make it as crazy as you like. You can do some berries, you can do other pieces of branches, but I love a little bit more of this kind of branch. I don't even know how you call it in English. Here in the Netherlands we call it dennetakken. I don't know how you call it in English. I have to look it up. So I will do all both of them with some greenery, and then we are going to place our bell inside of our of course our Christmas bulb inside of our bell. The Christmas balls are dried up and are just in the simple black color. What I want to do, I'm going to place a little piece of twine through the little hole which is still here. Of course, you can do a little piece of small ribbon, just what you like, but I use some twine inside of my bow, so I also want to use it for under in my bell. But of course, you're so free to do whatever you think it's right. And I hope I get my little rope, because this little hole is not very big. So I am really happy that he is going through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double it up. And I'm going to hang my, of course I have to look for a little moment. If you just a second, I will cut this off, then I can show it to you a little bit better. I will remove this and this one. What I'm trying to say is that I have my bell and I don't want that my ball is hanging out very long. So I don't want him totally over here. I hope you see already the ball. The ball is hanging, but I wanted to have it a little bit higher so that if you hang it, you only see little pieces of the black coming out. So I hope this will make sense what I tell you. So, but I show it to you in a moment. You see already, I did my Christmas bulb already inside of my bell, and you see I will just turn it over. And you see how easy it is to place it inside in the middle with a little bit of glue. And the ball is hanging out for, you see already, for a little piece, not too much, because I don't like, but if you like it almost here, it's also fine too. This is the way I like the best. And in a moment you see the end.